Hello! Welcome to English for Everyone. Today we're doing part 2 of a series of confusing words that are pronounced differently depending on if they are a verb or a noun. If you haven't watched the first one, go back and watch it. So, these words have two pronunciations depending on if they're a noun or a verb. The stress changes depending on if it's a verb or a noun, and sometimes an adjective. Let's look at some examples. Our first example, upset. Sometimes upset, sometimes upset. The noun is pronounced with the stress on the first syllable. Upset. Upset is a noun. When you have a game and the person who is supposed to win doesn't win, but the other team wins, that is called an upset. So I can say the game was an upset. If it's a verb, it's pronounced upset. Don't upset him. He's not in a good mood. And upset is an adjective with the stress on the second syllable. He looks upset. I think he is upset today. He's not happy. Let's practice. Was the game an upset?
Yes, the game was an upset.
Was the game an upset? Very good. Is he upset about the game?
Yes, he's very upset about the game.
Is he upset about the game? Our next example is suspect or suspect. Well, if it's a noun, it's one person, it's a suspect. Example, he is a suspect in the crime. There are 3 suspects. Suspects. And the action, the verb, I suspect. Put the stress on the second syllable. I suspect that he is guilty. I suspect that he is guilty. So the verb, suspect. I think he's guilty. I have the idea. I suspect he's guilty. And he is a suspect. The person we think is guilty. He is a suspect. Or there are 3 suspects. Let's practice. How many suspects are there?
There are 3 suspects.
How many suspects are there? Very good. Do you suspect that they are guilty?
I suspect they are guilty.
Do you suspect they're guilty? Very good. Another example, present. It's a noun. It's a thing. Here is your present, your gift. Stress on the first syllable. Present. Here is a present for you. A Christmas present for you. And the verb, present. Put the stress on the second syllable. Present. She is going to present her presentation. Present is the verb. She's going to present her presentation in the meeting. Present is the verb. So remember, the verb present is to give a presentation. She is going to present her presentation. Let's practice. Did you get a nice present on your birthday?
Yes, I got a nice present on my birthday.
Did she get a nice present on her birthday? Let's practice. When is she going to present her report in the meeting?
She is going to present her report tomorrow.
When is she going to present her report in the meeting? Very good. Our next example is recall. Sometimes recall, sometimes recall. The noun is recall with the stress on the first syllable. And it's countable, so we say a recall. There was a recall on this car. That means the factory made a mistake, and you have to take the car back and they will fix the mistake. There is a recall. In the past, there was a recall on that car. And the verb is recall with the stress on the second syllable. Recall is the same as remember. If you don't remember something, you say, I don't recall. I don't recall doing that. I don't recall. I don't remember. Stress on the second syllable. Recall. Let's practice. Was there a recall on your car?
Yes, there was a recall on my car.
Was there a recall on her car? Very good. Let's practice. Do you remember her name?
No, I don't recall. Sorry.
Do you remember her name? Very good. Our next word is progress, or progress if it's a verb. So remember, the noun, the stress is on the first syllable. Progress. Progress. So progress is a noun. They made a lot of progress. Progress is not countable. I don't say a progress or two progresses. It's not countable. They made a lot of progress. Or they made a little progress. And the verb is progress, with the stress on the second syllable. Progress. You can talk about a disease. He is very sick. He's in the hospital. And the disease is getting worse, not better. So the disease is progressing. Progress is the verb in a continuous form, progressing. Sadly, the disease is progressing. Let's practice. Are they making a lot of progress?
Yes, they're making a lot of progress.
Are they making a lot of progress? Very good. Let's practice. Is the disease progressing?
Yes, unfortunately the disease is progressing.
Is the disease progressing? Very good. So remember these tricky words. When reading, be careful. See if it's a noun or a verb to know the correct pronunciation. If it's a noun, the stress is on the first syllable. If it's a verb, the stress is on the second syllable for all of these words.
Thank you for watching.
And if you want to improve your comprehension and pronunciation and just practice more, check out this link below and you can use the same book we use in our classes. Thanks for watching.